Hey everyone, I'm Charting Man Dan, trader and technical analyst with the Chart Guys. In this video, we're going to check in on the markets as the bears pounced on Powell's comments. In the video yesterday, we laid out a couple things that the bears needed to see take shape, and they are now taking shape. We'll check in on what that is and where we stand from here. All right, so bearish engulfing candles. We had a small gap up open and we traded fairly uneventful until Powell started speaking, and then we rolled over into significant weakness with bears controlling the day. And there was a very clear NASDAQ level midday that we rejected from. This was one of the more tame reactions in the sense that we didn't have a ton of fake outs. And you can see right here we had a top of 370.27, and look where we topped out to the penny, to a penny, 1 penny higher. That's where we topped out and rolled over. And so it was really nice to have that level, and we battled it for a while. And we rejected from it, and then we had a 1 minute higher low, and we rejected from it again. And then as soon as that 1 minute downtrend confirmed, that's when it started to unravel. So it was almost like bears played defense, bulls stuck around, bears started to take over, and then that was it. And it was just really nice to have a very clear level where we can say, if we don't break this level, bears win. And bears won. We've also got futures levels to be watching, and this is bigger picture. But if you look at the NASDAQ, this triple top here, quadruple top, is the most important level for me now on a daily perspective. Look at this resistance zone where we've topped out now 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times all week, and to end last week, rejecting from this zone. So if you want to be looking from a swing trading perspective, the simple statement is, if this level is resistance, the bears have absolute complete control. And the S&P 500 has one as well. It's just easier to see on the futures charts with the extended hours trading. A little bit of a wider range there, but triple top we'll call it at this point. So rejecting and rolling over. So now what? Well, we've got the weekly lower high very convincingly set. Inside bars broke bear. And again, now the question is, do we confirm weekly downtrends, or do we set weekly higher lows and tighten up into October? And if we're going to tighten up, the bulls need to show up pretty soon here, just because in terms of percentage, the S&P 500 only needs 1.5% to the downside to hit that low. And the NASDAQ needs a little bit more like 2.5%. But again, it's on the table. And the things that we talked about in the video yesterday that the bears need to see, if the NASDAQ is going to confirm a weekly downtrend, we need to see Google stop hitting 52-week highs and be a rising wedge. Well, it was a lead bear today, and it rolled over. That break of 136, line in the sand the last 4 days, broke, and it broke hard with a lot of follow-through behind it. And so, just like that, Google weekly consolidation is underway in 1 day. And now we're looking at 126.38 weekly support to try and maintain the weekly uptrend, but Google rolling over, lead tech bull rolling over and joining Team Bear, definitely a big factor today. The other things we're watching, Apple. Is Apple going to break weekly support? We had resistance at 180, a little wall just above it, and we rejected just under that today. And now we're heading back down towards support. So the bears got what they wanted in the tech sector, and now they just need to keep control, keep the hourly downtrend as our guide. We're going to be watching to see what big money does tomorrow. If tomorrow comes out with a green day in the markets, weekly higher lows are definitely possible. But again, this was an ideal day for the bears. And we also had the financial sector. I talked about how if the S&P 500 is going to confirm the weekly downtrend, the financial sector has to weaken. It's our lead bull sector. And so we broke resistance by 6 pennies and then rolled over. What's a bull break with no follow through mean? It means scout a rising wedge. We know a weekly lower high is still the most likely scenario from where we came from, and it's potentially shaping up now. So we just broke to the lowest level in a few days. The only hope for the bulls here, short term, would be that this is a megaphone. And again, we would have to be green tomorrow for the megaphone to be a possibility. But bears loving that the financial sector broke to the lowest level in a week and is a potential rising wedge. And again, the rising wedges have been the pattern du jour, or what's pattern of the week? I don't know the French word for week. But We had Meta was a rising wedge type of pattern. Bull break into consolidation, bull break into consolidation, bull break into consolidation. It's trying to roll over and confirm a daily downtrend. Must break 297.80. Microsoft to set its weekly lower high. Had a daily rising wedge. Big bear candle on Microsoft today. Microsoft is quickly heading down towards that weekly support. Again, there's still space to maintain that support for now, but the rising wedges setting weekly lower highs. Look at ARKK. ARKK, weekly lower high. We knew it was the most likely scenario. Tons of space for it to form. Daily time frame, bull break into consolidation, bull break into consolidation. Just a rising wedge rolling over with significant bear follow through. So, convincing day from the bears. Semiconductors are going to break weekly support first. If anybody's going to do it, we're testing it right now. We know they led the way up and now they're leading the way down. 143.35. If that breaks, weekly downtrend confirms. Probability of the NASDAQ breaking weekly support will increase. And at that point, we'll be on the monthly chart. And it's still possible. I mean, again, all perspectives here. Yes, the bears have full short-term control, but we're nowhere near this monthly chart having a red flag. We just went straight up for 3, 6, 9 months in a row. I mean, where could we pull back to and still be a possible monthly bull flag? I mean, SMH, from where we stand with a very weak month, can drop another 9% and still be a monthly bull flag. So again, we have to keep the bigger picture in perspective and say, yes, the bears have full semiconductor control, but if I've got cash on the sidelines and I miss the move up, I'm looking for a monthly high or low entry on the semiconductors. And I'm in no rush to be buying now, but I'm just saying that a monthly high or low is absolutely 100% the most likely scenario. It's just a question of how much do we pull back before that forms. I guess I shouldn't say 100%. We'll call it 99.1%. So again, it all depends on what time frame you're looking at. A bull, you show me this chart and you tell me whatever time frame it is, hourly, whatever, I'm looking for a high or low. You show me the weekly chart, I'm looking at bears about to take control. So again, those are two contradicting things based on what time frame you're focused on. NVDA, tightening daily inside bar, breaking bear. And we're testing the low of 420. If 420 breaks, it's all about the double bottom at 400. And bears following through very nicely in NVDA over the last couple of weeks. I had a swing report short at 463, and we missed it by $1.37. Jerks. So key 400 support, shaping up. Tesla was very interesting today, and I'm walking my stop loss up. So my stop loss for my Tesla swing from the gap down day is now under 260, and I'm looking like I'm going to stop out, which is perfectly fine. Lock in the 20% plus, and that would be a confirmed daily downtrend into weekly consolidation. Again, we know the weekly lower high is most likely, and then we have a whole bunch of space for a weekly higher low. I will be watching Tesla for a long re-entry for a weekly higher low eventually, just not quite yet. So on the verge of stopping out, and we'll see if we get there tomorrow. And I still have that KRE swing short. I'm not sure how much I've talked about that in these public videos. Shorted this wall at 44, closing at the low. Reason being monthly inside bar bear break, monthly lower high set. And I'm just going to walk down my stop every daily lower high. So I'm putting my stop here now and no risk unless we get a massive news gap up. Cannabis. MSOS daily inside bar, fairly uneventful. Overall, we can say, good sign for the bulls to hold on in such a weak market day. But other peers, CGC, rolling over to fresh lows, following through with the daily downtrend. TLRY daily inside bar, sideways as well. ACB a bit of red, continuing to tighten up on the daily. Long story short, bulls are not proving anything in the cannabis space right now. And again, the broader market is a factor, as I said in the weekend videos recently. Got to be keeping an eye on the broader market because if it rolls over, it's definitely going to have an impact on this sector. So keeping an eye out for eventual daily bounces, but also reminding ourselves that there's tons of space for daily lower highs. Pretty much all of these names can bounce 10% and still form a daily lower high. And if there's broader market weakness going on while that daily bounce takes place, bears are definitely going to jump on that. So we'll see if the daily bounce can get going, but weekly consolidation is underway for the cannabis sector, and it's not a coincidence that the cannabis sector and the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are all starting their weekly consolidation on the same week. Not a coincidence. Healthcare, not a non-event still. I'm watching this tightening daily range just to see if it affirms or denies what the broader market is doing, but it's a non. I'm watching XLV less and less these days. It's really just the NASDAQ and the financial sector that I care the most about. IWM was a lead bear. Is it following through? Yes, it is. Broke the high of yesterday by 21 cents, but in fresh lows, weekly head and shoulders confirming. And again, this is now the financial sector weakness. So I talked about how IWM bears are positioned very well considering there is no financial sector weakness. I said that I think yesterday. Now we have the financial sector weakness driving it home further to the downside and giving us the lowest levels that we've seen in 3 months. And so again, we're watching the monthly time frame. It's entirely possible we set a monthly high or low compared to 167 and tighten up into next year, but the bears have full short-term control in weekly, daily, and hourly downtrends. Uranium still holding on well, trying to be a daily bull flag, trying to ignore the broader market weakness. CCJ, the hourly back burner, did play out. I didn't like it because it was into the end of the day and we had the FOMC today, so I didn't take that bounce. But first hourly oversold conditions resulted in a bounce of a lot. Almost 4%. Certainly allowed for some profit taking to get risk free and essentially put a stop under 38.82 and say if that's the daily high or low, it's a bull flag. If that level breaks, weekly consolidation is going to take place. So watching this tightening range, bulls, this after hours candle isn't happening, but we closed right here and the bulls will have to confirm the hourly uptrend. We can say the bulls are positioned well if the broader market bounces, but keeping a close eye patiently. URA, the ETF, a little bit weaker. Daily inside bar as well, but closed near the low. So bears are going to try and take over and shape up weekly consolidation in uranium. The dollar came close to losing the daily uptrend, but right back up, testing the highs of this entire move. And the metals looked real good today, confirming 12-hour bull flags, and then gave it back. So gold, 12-hour bull flag confirmed. Now we got our big upper wick. And now we have, go to the 2-day time frame. We might have a 2-day equilibrium shaping up, viewing this as a big drop, lower high, higher low, maybe another lower high. And we're going to watch this tightening range for the direction that it breaks. I still, the commodities have been really strong. Oil, we know, has been really strong. Uranium, really strong. And we're just watching for the metals to try and join in to the commodity strength. And again, the bulls are still swimming against the current of the dollar at this point. But I've got a close watch on these metals into the end of the year for the potential that they join in. Silver, upper wick. So again, silver tightening on the weekly time frame. The miners did break weekly resistance, but no follow through with the weakness at the end of the day. Oil, I'm on the November futures contract, CLX, daily bear, or the daily bear candle from yesterday, following through with daily consolidation now underway. 4-hour downtrend is trying to confirm. We're testing the support right now. And the energy sector, which was weaker than oil, is leading the way down. So the energy sector just hit the lowest level in a week and a half. And if we break 89.81, nope, if we break, 89.81, weekly consolidation will be underway. Natural gas, bull break straight into daily consolidation, not a good sign. So we broke the daily tightening range and zoomed out to the 2-day chart. And then we broke the 2-day chart and now we zoom out to the weekly, and it's possible that this now forms a weekly tightening range. So bears need to confirm the 4-hour downtrend to drive it home. But again, red flag to give that move back from yesterday after breaking resistance. Little trade review here. Tesla was interesting today. In the short term, what we had happen was a new high of the day and algo's gone wild. So this is the algos reacting to a headline that was old. The headline was, 8 hours old, 10 hours old, but Elon Musk retweeted it, talking about not even Tesla, Neuralink. And so the bots and the algos reacted to his retweet of Neuralink. Then we hit the new high of the day, so you get some shorts covering, you get some longs buying that new high. And it was just like this automated surge in volume and price action. And then once the 2-minute stair step broke, that was the high of the day, and we pulled back from there. There were a handful of us shorting this move in one of the threads because we recognized what was going on as far as algos gone wild. And this is why I like EMA 12. Watch how this played out. This is the zoom out game, and this is how different time frames interact with each other, and this is how time frames and trends and EMA 12 make up my trading strategy. So we have the 1-minute time frame. And we have our top, and we pull back, and we hold 1-minute EMA 12. Then we confirm the 1-minute downtrend. All right, good start, bears. Zoom out. Then we have the 2-minute chart. We pull back, we bounce off 2-minute EMA 12. Then we confirm the downtrend. Good follow through, bears. Zoom out. Then we have 5-minute EMA 12, and we bounce off of it. And we set the 5-minute lower high and confirm the 5-minute downtrend. Great follow through, bears. Zoom out. Then we have the 15-minute. We hit the 15-minute EMA 12. We fail the high of the day on the FOMC reaction, and we roll over. One time frame at a time. 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. They all did the same thing. They take longer to play out depending on what time frame you're looking at, but I was in it for a scalp day trade knowing I was going to be out before the FOMC. So what I do is I take partial profits at the EMAs just in case we hold one and see continuation. A really aggressive and confident bear is adding on those lower highs and keeping a stop over the high. But this was just as clear a textbook example as I've seen in a while of EMA 12, trends with price levels, and the zoom out game. And again, this just encompasses so much of what my trading strategy is. And obviously there's a ton of other stuff going on and a lot of little nuances. But if you're talking about the core pillars of what my trading style is, Tesla had it on full display today. Just as far as being very clear, like just knowing most likely scenarios and a thing of beauty. All right, do good things. Appreciate you watching. I'm headed to a music festival. Lori will be covering for the video tomorrow. And I hope you all do good things. Pretty soon all those trees will start changing color from the bottom on the way up.